Hello and welcome to my meditation. My name is Debra Baker and I'm so glad that you have joined us. Today we are on Miramar Beach in Florida. So we're going to enjoy looking at the ocean while we relax into a nice meditation. You ready to get started? Let's go. As usual, let's begin with 3 nice, really deep breaths. Imagine that you're here with me. There's a nice breeze. It's a red flag today, so no one's in the water. So let's breathe into our upper chest. Hold it for a moment. And then release it out nice and slowly. And now breathe into your chest and your upper back. Nice deep breath. And then release it nice and slowly. And now take the deepest breath you've taken all day. Filling up your chest, your upper back, and your belly. I'm sorry, these ocean waves are zenning me out and I'm getting distracted by the beauty. Yeah. And now let's imagine that the surf is totally calm and we are floating on a raft. And I know it might be hard to imagine that if your eyes are still open because the surf is really rough now. But just feel that energy of the water. Just taking all your stress and tension, your feet, your lower legs, your knees, your upper legs, all around your tailbone, your pelvis, your midsection, up into your rib cage. Feel that your hands, wrists, lower arms, elbows, upper arms relaxing all the way through your rib cage into your shoulders, your neck, especially your atlas, that last vertebrae where your spinal column meets your skull. And all through your head. And just imagine just floating on this peaceful, peaceful raft. All your stress and tension just draining away. So my guides just told me that we're going to treasure our bodies today. So without these bodies, we wouldn't be having these human experiences. So imagine that, you are in spirit before you come into this human life, and you choose the body that you have right now. So there's got to be a reason. A bird and a dog. So there's got to be a reason why you chose the particular body that you did. So just relax into it and imagine just appreciating your choices, this body that you chose for yourself. It is the perfect body for you for this meditation. So take a deep breath. Kind of relax into your faith. Knowing that your higher self, one with all that is, God expressing, that all of that came together perfectly in this human body for you. I invite you to just relax into that idea that this body that you have is perfect And there may be some changes that you want to make to it. And we'll discuss that in a second. Right now, know that this body you have is exactly as it needs to be for you right now. Right now, right in this moment, it is absolutely ideal, whether it's in transition, whether it's, different than it's ever been before, or whether it's been the same for a long time. This is your body. We appreciate it, we treasure it, we honor it, because it holds your soul, or part of your soul. It is this beautiful divine expression here on earth, whether you realize it or not. So let's think about, this idea came to me this week during meditation, and it kind of startled me. I'm sure I'd heard it before, but it must have been like the right time for me to hear it today or this week. And it was, nothing outside of me has any power over me. Nothing outside of me has any power over me. Nothing outside of me has any power over me. So God, the one presence, the one power, is inside of you, and it has, infinite power. We trust that. Take a deep breath. God is expressing in, through, and as me. And then I also read this week again that our bodies are constantly waiting for us to tell them what we want. And we unconsciously do it most of the time. So when we say things like, man, if I eat that piece of cake, I'm going to gain 5 pounds, your body hears, I want to gain 5 pounds. If we say to ourselves, I can't work out because I'm not strong enough, I'm too old, I'm too, whatever. So I invite you to become deeply aware, keenly aware of what you are telling your body all the time that you're not even, conscious of in the moment. And so that's the first thing we want to do, is change the negative messages. And then to become aware of what messages we do want to tell our bodies. And there was some neurological research done, actually like almost 100 years ago, about telling our bodies what we want them to do rather than asking them or, pleading with them. So imagine, say you want your body to become stronger. And so you tell your cells become stronger. And to be aware that instead of accepting weakness as kind of your fate, that you realize that your body's capable of so many things. 80 and 90-year-old people run marathons. So our bodies are capable of a lot more than we ever imagined. So years ago, I was having a problem with my body because I was watching my grandson, who was a baby, it was a pretty heavy baby, and I was getting sore shoulders and sore wrists. And somebody said to me, how can you, compensate for that? And it just came to me clear as day. I don't want to compensate for that. I want to get stronger so that I'm not sore anymore. And I was so grateful that, Spirit gave me that idea, because that is what I did. I got stronger. And it's not hard to pick, he's not a baby anymore, but it's not hard to do things because I shifted my mindset. And I'm, those of you who know me know I'm far from perfect, but there have been strides that I made in this regard. And I'm really grateful for that. I'm grateful for the progress that I've made, and I'm working on some right now. And so I just invite you to think about what messages you give your body, and to change that and to tell your body what you want. I want you to become healthier. Oh, so that's an I want. But instead of saying I want you to be healthier, you say, cells, restore me to my natural state of health. You talk directly to the cells of your body. Cells, restore me to my health. And then you picture yourself exactly as you would like to be. And here's the key to that, with an emotional charge. So not only do you see yourself healthier, but you feel that excitement, that joy, that peace that comes from, that will come from being healthier. So you tell yourselves what you want, and then you feel how great it's going to feel to feel healthier, or whatever it is that you want. And then the last thing is to not focus. Last thing and the first thing is not to focus on what's going wrong. What we focus on increases. So if we focus on the problem increases. And if we focus on the solution increases. So if we focus on I'm getting stronger and healthier, affirmations every day and every way, I'm getting stronger and healthier. Every day and every way, I'm getting stronger and healthier. And this is something that requires persistence because of the negative thoughts that we just unconsciously think all day long. And so if you wake up in the morning with the thought, I love my body, I appreciate my body, I honor my body, I'm grateful for my body's getting healthier every day. And so it's this idea of waking up. The first thought that comes to your mind is, I am truly blessed, I love my body, cells become healthier, cells restore me to my infinite health. And then feel how great it's. Imagine that it's right now. Imagine that you're feeling how great you feel to be just teeming with health and vitality. And remember, nothing outside of you has any power over you, unless, of course, you give it. So when somebody says, oh, you can't do that, it's not true unless you believe it. So let's remember that our lives are unfolding from the inside out. It is what we believe that we manifest. And so it helps us to become aware of what we believe. And some of that stuff is so deep, I can tell you. It is so deep, you're not even aware that you believe it until somebody says something and you go, oh, wow, that resonates with me so strongly. I must believe that it's someplace in me. And if you believe something negative about yourself or about the world, it's not horrible. You're not a bad person. You didn't do anything wrong. Probably you were told this before you had any sense of discernment, before you were able to say, wait a minute, at the age of 2, I'm not a chunky baby, I'm just a normal kid. But those messages that we hear over and over and over just become part of like the core of our being almost. But again, it's inside of us, so it has power over us. So when we become aware of it and change it, that's when we find peace. And you deserve peace. You are a precious, precious soul who deserves every good thing. More so than you realize. Much more so than you realize. So this precious, precious body that you have has inside of it the power to create the very best life you can imagine. And maybe even something better than that if you tell your higher power, this God, or something better. Because I truly believe that the universe wants only good things for us. I don't believe that, when bad things happen, that we deserve them. I feel that the universe wants only good things for us. And yes, life happens. It does. Life happens. Last week I lost a dear, dear friend and client. And that is part of the human experience. And I'm choosing to tune into him today and to hear him laughing and so joyful on the other side, reunited with so many loved ones, rather than focusing on my own loss. At the same time, reminding myself that it's okay to grieve, because that's a part of the human experience. Again, that's something inside of me. The grief, if you've ever felt grief, it's a heartache. It's a physical thing inside of you. So I remind you, maybe as our last message for the day, to think about when you have a thought, or when an idea or whatever that you think, is this coming from inside of me? Well, of course it is, because it's your brain. But I mean, did this originate inside of me? Like, am I experiencing pain? Or is this something somebody told me that I took in and chose to believe, or didn't even choose to believe if I was, so young that I wasn't even making choices yet? But we can empower ourselves for so much more. And like I said earlier, I'm repeating myself, you deserve every wonderful thing. Yeah. So the one presence and the one power moving in, through, and as me honors and recognizes the one presence and the one power moving in, through, and as you. You're a beautiful, beautiful soul, whole and perfect exactly as you are, as is your body. Namaste. Have a wonderful week. I'm holding my camera so I can't put my thumbs to my forehead, but know that I'm doing it in my mind, energetically, to you. Have a wonderful week.